Ready? So that
Yep.
There we go.
Obviously,
I poured
Call of the Wild.
I poured a draft, so there's no, but it's it's really good.
don't be jealous.
Yeah, you have a, what is that? Very
That's
stout.
dark. No,
dark.
that is a pumpkin.
Oh, boy.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, brought to you by Campbell Amusements.
That's right. They've got 2 fairs left. Ilderton Fair, my favorite, as you know, coming up this weekend, September 29th to the October 1st. And the Rockton World's Fair, October 5th to 9th.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll tell you more about Campbell Amusements soon.
All right. This is the podcast, by the way, that's kind of like the first day of fall. You'll love it when it starts, but you'll hate it when it's done. Am I right?
Great.
Yeah.
I know I'm right.
guess so.
I know I'm
Yeah.
right.
Except the love it part.
Yeah, maybe. You sort of like it when it starts. How's that? Okay.
Okay, I came across this meme and it was like, it said something like you used to have to prove that you're human one way, but now to prove you're human, you have to take one of those little tests on the robot. It's like prove that you're not a bot, and it's online, and you have to like pick all the traffic lights or something like that.
God, I hate that.
Oh,
Anyway,
that thing.
I post.
Yes,
Prove that you're human,
Yes,
right? Does that give anyone else anxiety to do those things? Because
So much.
I feel like they're not clear.
They're not.
I feel
Like, if
like
it says-
they're really it's kind of subjective sometimes.
Like if it says choose all the boxes where you can see bicycles.
Yep.
Well, this one there's a little corner of the handles in this other box. Should I
Exactly.
click it or not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like one guy on a bicycle, and I actually had a motorcycle guy the other day. It was like, pick the motorcycle, pick all the boxes with motorcycle. One picture of a guy on a motorcycle, and I'm like, but wait, his foot is in this bottom corner box. Do I choose that? I don't know. What about his head and the helmet in this top box here? Do I have to choose that one? Like, is that part of it? What if I don't? So I actually tried. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to choose the one, but I'll choose the other because the foot and the head and whatever. And it still let me in. It was like, okay, you're human. So, I mean, how good can they be?
That's right, because that
what if
seems
somebody
to
else-
always be the case where I don't know if I'm checking the right boxes, but it still always lets me in.
Yes.
Okay, so then what
It's
are you
like if you
worried
check
about?
any box, do you get through anyway?
Why you?
Yes.
It's like we don't really care. We're just giving you this arbitrary test for just because.
That's what I mean. Why do you have anxiety over something that if you always get in, who cares?
Well, I don't. I just learned that this time because before I was like overly careful. I'm like, okay, well, pick all the ones with buses. Well, there's 9 different squares of pictures, right? But like one picture's really far away, and I'm like, well, is there a bus in there? Like I can't see it. It's not close up enough. How do you know?
Okay, well, here's the thing: when one of those pops up, if you're like me, and I pray that you're not, but if you're like me, do you
immediately put your glasses on and yell for your 16-year-old to come help you?
No, I should. No, what happens to me is, and I think this is anxiety producing, is I think it like there's a time limit here. There's either something counting down or in 1 minute and I'm like, oh God,
pick the right.
That's where I get the like I have to do this quick. And then I have
it's
to
like
do
now
this
there's
really
pressure.
Quick. Yes.
Now there's pressure on. So anyway, I posted this meme and one of my friends replied and she said, I am actually very shockingly bad at these. I'm like, how could
Does
you
she
be
not
bad?
get
shockingly bad?
I don't know. And I was like, well, I agree because there are it gives me a little I get a little on edge when I have to do that kind of stuff and pick the right ones. She's like, yeah, it's so anxiety inducing that I hate them. Right. But I don't know why. Like, what's the point? If you miss one, do they actually, is that when they give you the next one? They're like, okay, now pick all the traffic cones.
Do another one. Yeah, maybe.
Right? Maybe
I think
that's why.
That's happened to me where I've had to do it again. I mean, because I look at it and go, well, I don't think that's a motorcycle.
Yeah. But instead of just being like, nope, you're a robot,
I don't
give you another
think
shot.
That looks like a bit of a traffic light, but it can't be. So then you go, no, that's not one. And then they give you another one to do.
You're like, okay, I must have
that's
screwed
not
that
fun
one up.
either. And
but were they going to give you that other one anyway?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because
I think it's all a scam.
Here's what happened. My only real story with this where I got quite anxious and a little worried is the earlier this year we went on a trip south, as you both did, in the during the the winter months, and I fly coach. I don't fly first class.
Really, the guy who has the lawn sprinklers flies coach.
I don't do any of that. No, that's how I afford lawn sprinklers.
Once a year, Dave gets back in touch with the common man.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Slumming it in the back.
Yeah, no, I don't have any of that
economy.
stuff. So,
I'll sit behind the wing and suck in all the exhaust.
No, because people will say, "Well, you can book in advance. Like you can book your seats in advance." So anyway, my story is.
Oh, so he pays for that.
For my no,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't.
right.
No, I don't do that.
Shit.
I'm that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
I don't do that stuff. And someone will say, someone's going to let well, why didn't you do your seats? Well, because I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay that. Why would I want to pay that?
Right.
So for whatever reason, I think it's because I don't do anything anymore. That may have something to do with it. My wife put me in charge of the 24-hour when you got to book 24 hours ahead of your flight to check in.
Yeah.
Get your boarding pass.
Yeah, get your boarding pass. And now she, because we were bringing a friend for Charlotte, we want, because it's probably going to be a 3-seater plane, 3 seats on either side of the aisle. Get them 2 together and so you need 2 here and you need 2 somewhere else. So
right.
Just make sure
they're together.
Make sure you get so. And
That's
what
right.
time? Well, our flight's at 8:30 a.m. or whatever, and I'm going to be in a meeting, so you're responsible for getting them. Okay, so I'm here. I'm in front of the computer at like 6:45.
Yes,
I don't want to
you would be.
I don't
be like, this is my one job, and if I screw this up, I will never hear the end of it.
I will never hear the end of this.
You've already been at McDonald's for 2 hours.
Right. That's right.
You've had 4 teeny tiny coffees.
I am getting this done. So I sit here and I wait for the magic moment, and then I get in, and then at some point you got to enter your. I have got the passport information. I have everything written out, and I'm putting in what I need to put in, and then up pops one of those. Are you a robot?
Oh boy! Oh, if you screw this up right now.
Oh yeah, and I'm trying. That's anxiety producing.
Yes,
because I'm rushing to get this done because I think I don't want to have to sit beside somebody.
I can't lose these seats.
I don't want to sit beside somebody other than
who
I'm
the
guy
Rachel
with.
Sat beside is going to be beside you.
Oh my god, he was a piece of work, that guy.
I don't want that. Anyway, somehow I got through that. Somehow I got seats.
Good.
Yeah.
I didn't get the right ones.
Was it the penguin one? Because I see
wife.
that one all the time. Do you see the penguin one? And it's always a cartoon penguin. It's like, and it just says choose the penguin. But the penguin looks suspiciously like a giraffe, and it's always upside down. And you're just like, what is this?
What
or
are
it
you
looks like the whale because it will be a different color penguin, and it's upside down, or it's like tilted. And I'm just like, why is this not immediately recognizable? This should be immediately recognizable to a human eye.
We're probably right. This whole thing is a ruse.
Yeah.
Because AI knows that it doesn't matter what boxes you click on.
No.
Only humans will try to figure out the right ones. We're idiots.
That's right.
We're all idiots.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman. And it's brought to you by, of course, Campbell Amusements. And they have a couple of fairs coming up. We'll tell you more about that. But also a big thank you to a new sponsor of the podcast.
Yeah.
Murphy Bus Lines.
Yes.
Perfect is perfect for us because they have great jobs for young mothers, Rachel, and retirees.
Yes, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But they've
Forman, you want to drive a bus?
I don't fit onto either of those categories.
Right,
I don't want to take jobs away from you and everybody else.
Right.
They're hiring bus drivers.
Well,
they are, and they need them badly.
He can't do it anyway. He doesn't. Look, Murphy Bus Lines has been in southwestern Ontario since 1946.
Wow.
And
really?
they do not serve the Halifax area. London, Middlesex, Oxford, Huron, and Perth counties, murphybus.ca. But yeah, this is the time of year where they have part-time jobs available.
You know what? They're so short, bus drivers. Like sometimes our kids' buses, if the driver's sick, like there just isn't extra drivers. So we have to drive the kids to school. And you get all the school holidays off. You get the summertime off, right? Yeah. You're working 2 times a day for a short amount of time. Weekends are off. Absolutely. Yeah. And they'll help you get your training and your bus license. So even if you don't have your bus license or you don't know how to drive a bus, because I've never driven a bus,
Oh,
they'll help you to learn.
I have. Actually, Rob Murphy from Murphy Bus Lines actually once taught me to drive a bus.
You learned from the master,
I did.
Rob
I learned.
Murphy.
Yeah, and that's why, by the way, when filling out an application online, tell them Rob Murphy sent you.
That's
okay?
what. Yes, he says.
Tell them Rob Murphy. Like
Rob
he knows
Murphy
how to,
is the bus line, isn't he? Why do I have to tell them that?
No. You
It's
just
him.
tell them. Anyway, you can send your applications to murphybus.ca.
Mhm.
Call them 1-877-289-6507. I think it's if you're looking for something to do now,
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm cut out to be a school bus driver.
No, we talked about this before, didn't we?
I
Should
don't
Dave
know.
be a school bus driver
I don't
or
think it's
Santa
for-
Claus? And we decided neither.
No.
Yes.
Neither.
I think I would. I think I'd be a better Santa than a school bus
Do
driver.
you?
That's
I'm
what I
not
think.
sure about that.
You know, I don't think a lot of drivers during rush hour traffic, like say in the morning with a lot of buses around and stuff like that, want me honking at them. So that's why I wonder whether I'm that great.
Right.
great at- But
Yeah.
if you're the type of person that maybe you like kids a lot,
Yeah, if you
Just
love being around
perfect,
kids.
Rachel.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
no, I
you-
have a
ma-
job, and I'm
Yes.
also, by the way, vice president of our parent council. So that's
Exactly. Already
Another
involved in the
thing.
school.
Wouldn't it
No.
be fun to show up? At
I
that-
do know
at
some
all the
moms
meetings in a bus. Come on,
in a bus.
Yeah.
come on.
I do know some moms at the school who are drivers actually, and it works out because they can take their kids with them.
Yep.
And their kids, they just get on the bus at
See,
home,
Rachel,
and then they go
and
pick everybody up.
We just talked about it. You owned a bus. You learned to drive on a bus. You can park a bus
Oh
anywhere.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
My
you
grand
did.
marquee.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. You know how to do
Quite
it.
like a bus,
Well, just
but yeah.
apply, Rach. Murphybus.ca, 1-877-289-6507. Thank you, Murphy Bus Lines, for sponsoring this fine, high-quality podcast.
High quality.
High-quality podcast. Okay, where's the happiness thing? I don't know where it is. Forman, have you got it?
I mean, the gist of it is like, there's research done.
Well, I don't know what the
Well,
Peak
AI,
happiness is 70.
AI can now translate chickens with 80%
80%?
I just love that.
What?
I love that. I don't know what to
We
do
need
with
them
it,
to translate
but I
our
love
dogs. That's what we need.
it. Yeah. No.
Well,
I-
there's
Why are
another
we
thing about-
translating chickens?
There's another story today too about if AI was available to translate for your pets, would you want it?
and
Only
women
a
don't.
third of people said yeah for sure, and a quarter of us said no thanks.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to know what your dog's saying?
Yeah. I want to know what Roxy's problem is with my husband.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast brought to you by Campbell Amusements. More about them in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
And we're Dave, Rachel, and Forman. This is the podcast that, I say this is the sweater weather of podcasts, cold and miserable. I don't even really know what that means. I don't even really know what that means. But
We are cold
whenever
and miserable.
people wish for sweater weather, I always go, you want cold, miserable weather?
Yeah.
Why?
We are like
Why?
sweater. You think you like it, but then you really don't.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
You
Exactly.
think
really
you
don't.
think sweater weather is going to be like beautiful foliage, not too cold, but
No.
then it's just cloudy and miserable.
It is.
It's
terrible.
2 degrees and muddy everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
fall to me.
Well, it
That's what I
doesn't
think of.
it doesn't make you happy. Well, maybe for some people it does. See, first day of fall doesn't bother me. The sweater weather thing doesn't bother me. It's the last day of pants. The
Yeah.
first day of pants.
First day
Yeah.
of socks for me.
Yeah, first day
I
of
hate
pants.
that.
Is I hate.
That should be on a calendar. When
Yeah.
is the last day of pants?
Well,
Yeah.
last day of pants would be in April sometime. First day of pants
First day of
is
pants.
coming. It's coming
Yes.
soon.
Right.
Coming soon. No, there's a study out that says this is great. I love this because you guys are you have a long way to go.
Well, knowing what it is, you would be the one to love it the most.
That's right.
What is it?
Peak. We all do. We hit peak happiness at the age of 70.
Oh, 70.
Yeah.
Is that why you're in nearly such a cheery mood?
Well, not really, because then, and this is
I
fascinating.
kind of like
then-
that. I like
So
that.
you
it's
have
age
that
70.
much. So you're happy when you hit 70. But here's the thing: right after you hit 70, you really become miserable because. So you hit it at 70.
Yeah.
At 70 plus a day, you're
There's like
already like
a
this
steep
sucks.
decline.
Yes,
Yeah.
this really sucks.
But does it suck more than the rest of your life before that?
No, and this is even more interesting. More interesting. your satisfaction with life decreases between the ages of 9 and 16.
Oh,
That's right. Your little
really?
9-year-old is very unhappy.
That makes me unhappy.
What?
Well, they're just
That
starting
makes
to get
me
unhappy.
sad.
Yeah. Charlotte's just coming out of it.
Yeah, she's just about out of it.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm not surprised though. Like being a teenager, preteen,
hard.
and teenage, it's hard. It's hard to be a teen. You're figuring out life. You're
guess.
starting to get some independence and kind of break away from your parents a little
Sure.
bit. That's
Well,
hard.
sure. Yeah, I guess. But I mean, as someone that, that's way in my rear view mirror,
Mhm.
I can tell you there are a lot of things that are harder. There are. I'm just
from
saying.
you, like it's in
I'm
your
just saying.
from you being 16. You mean like you're well past, but you have a 16-year-old.
I do have a 16-year-old.
She's almost 17.
And she's almost 17. And if at 17 she starts to feel better, I await that day. So anyway,
no.
but you guys have 10-year-olds.
Being a
Yes.
teenager is hard.
It's
Yes.
just beginning for you.
Well, mine insists on us calling her a preteen. She insists
Mm.
that she's a preteen.
What does that mean?
I don't
why
know.
does she
as
want
soon
to
as
be
she called
older?
10 yeah, she wants
Yeah.
to be a preteen. Oh my gosh, you should have seen her outfit this morning. She looked like a teenager. And all the women at the bus stop were like, "Wow, do you have a teenager?" I'm like, "I know, right?"
Is she wearing makeup yet?
Oh no. Well, not out of the house. No, she's not allowed
Okay.
to wear it out of the
All
house.
right. Okay.
No.
Well, all right.
No,
But I'm not allowed to pick out her clothes anymore. So
No, that's long
No,
gone, yeah.
it's long
No.
gone.
And
Forman,
every other
yeah.
thing Harley asks us for, because she's 10 as well, is, can I have a phone? Can I have a phone?
yeah,
No, you can't.
we've already had that discussion, and
Mhm.
she's not
We've-
getting one.
This is the thing. When you're 10, you don't realize how hard it is to be a parent of a 10-year-old. And I think that's harder. You want a phone. You don't realize how much we're investing in you already,
Oh,
kid.
Yeah, yeah.
4 days a week for her sport activity.
Wow.
4.
That's a
Sunday
lot.
mornings, 9 to noon. Monday nights,
Whoa.
6 till 9. Tuesday
You
nights,
guys.
3 hours
7:30
at a
to
time?
8:30. Thursday nights, 6 till 9.
Oh yeah. Doing
Wow.
Been there, done that. Have that T-shirt.
Do you have to stay there the whole time?
Yeah,
Or
she
can
has
you
a
drop
t-shirt
out?
too, because they charge you for that, and the
Oh, of course
backpack
they
and the
do.
coat. And
Of course they do. Look,
She's got all the team wear.
let me just tell you something. If you think it's bad at 10, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh, gosh.
It's so
I'm not looking
frustrating.
forward to
I don't
that.
want to even know that. It's too frustrating because you think like this is literally hours of our lives that we're just either sitting there,
Yeah.
you go for a walk, or you go to the grocery store, do a bunch of dumb shit that you never were going to do
Yeah.
because you're supporting her in her activity.
Imagine
And you-
it's like if she was in hockey, though. It'd
Yes.
be the same.
I know, but when I go see you swim, I damn well better see you trying as hard as you fucking can. If you are
better
not
blow
putting
my
in
socks off.
110%, I swear to God.
Forman.
And that probably makes
Oh
her
my
miserable,
gosh.
thus proving the study.
There you go. So you're
Julia-
responsible for the misery.
Julia doesn't want to do anything. I have to like force her into activities. She's like the opposite. She'd rather just sit at home on her iPad. And I'm like, you're not getting a phone. That's for sure. That's going to make this 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Well, but you're going to have to get him a phone. Sorry.
I know. Well, so we've talked about the whole, and I'm not really sure how to handle social media. I don't know what other people have done, but she's not allowed to have social media till she's 16, I've said, because I know what's on there. And I think that just makes being a kid harder.
Yes.
It's going to be hard for her not to have it when all of her friends have it, but I don't care. I know that'll be hard for her, but it's going to keep her safer. But she can have a phone when she starts babysitting because she's going to need to contact us or maybe call an emergency help or whatever. But it'll be like talk and text. Now, I know she'll have the internet, maybe, if she has Wi-Fi, but I don't know. We'll have to deal with that when it comes.
Yeah. Well, I believe we used an old, she benefited from getting an old phone.
Oh, yeah. It'll be
That
one of our old ones for sure.
Well, she got an old phone, but it was not, she couldn't do anything. She had no data. She could just use it for Wi-Fi purposes early.
Yeah.
And then you have to give in. I think we knew that she
know.
needed a phone in order to, because she's an only child and she was at the stage where we were at work, as most of you know, early in the morning. That was an early morning job. And my wife was leaving for work because she's a shift worker as well. That she was here on her own, got herself up, got herself on the bus. It was just around the corner, but she had a phone for that. She had to have a phone, because,
then they're going to need that to be able to contact you or whatever, which is fine.
I mean, you throw them the oldest piece of shit phone there is.
Oh, yeah.
And I talked about it, I think,
not
recently
anymore
on the radio in Halifax, because there was something about ages where you get a phone or what. I think the average age a kid is getting a phone is 10 years old.
I know.
Yeah,
I
know. Some woman called and said, "Oh, yeah, my kid has a phone, whatever." I'm like, "It can't be the newest phone." She's like, "Yeah, it is the newest phone." I'm like, "Well, yours better be newer than hers." She's like, "No, she kept the old phone and gave the kid the new phone." I'm like, You're doing it all wrong.
Yes, you're doing all that wrong.
What do you want for Christmas this year, Charlotte? iPhone 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. I remember when my little cousins were starting to get phones or iPads and stuff for Christmas, and I'm like, what? Because I had like a 2-year-old at the time. I didn't even cross my mind. But
see, this is why it's so hard to be ages 9 to 16. No parent's ever given you what you want.
You still have to rely on them for everything.
I want it, Mom. Give it to me.
I know.
And this is why, at your age where you guys are in life, you're pretty miserable too.
Right.
You guys just feed each other.
I can't wait for when you turn 70, Dave. We're going to have a hell of a day.
Yeah.
We're going to be in a great mood.
Yeah, sure. That'll happen. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand Podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for listening. And thank you to Campbell Amusements. The podcast is sponsored by Campbell Amusements again today. You can find them on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. All you got to do is look for Campbell Amusements.
Campbell Amusements. Over 50 years of family fun. They bring the fun to all the fall fairs around here.
Exactly.
They've got 2 fairs left this season. Ilderton Fair, which is my hometown fair, starting September 29th. And Rockton World's Fair starting October 5th. Campbell Amusements brings the midway. So they're the ones that bring all the rides. They've got the games, all of that stuff. That's Campbell Amusements. You can't have a fair without a midway. What's the point?
No, I know that.
Right.
And have you ever won one of those great big jumbo,
No.
Like a great big, I don't know,
bear,
whatever.
Teddy bear or something.
Something. Ever?
Yeah.
No?
No. Have
No?
you?
No, not the big ones.
Not the big one?
I always win the smallest, like the absolute smallest thing.
I think I won some things that I would qualify as sort of medium sized.
Okay.
But ask me how much money it costs.
Exactly.
That's a little different. That's a little different. Anyway,
it's fun. It's an experience.
But that's the fun of it.
That's
really the fun.
You're paying for the experience when you go to the fair, right?
Absolutely.
So, however, but if you want to pay a little bit less to go to the Ilderton or Rockton Fair, you can go to CampbellAmusements.com for early bird pricing. They've got like early bird bracelet sales and stuff like that.
Right.
So CampbellAmusements.com for any early bird pricing for Ilderton or Rockton. That's what's left.
I was just looking at both of those fairs. They have also, you can get the all-day ride bracelets, or you can just get a bunch of the tickets. So if you don't think you're going to use the all-day riding stuff, get a bunch of the $2 tickets, and then you can pick and choose whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Will you be attending in attendance?
Yes, I will be at the Ilderton Fair.
Weren't you once the queen of the Ilderton Fair?
No, I didn't even compete. No, but I should have. One of my best friends competed, but she didn't get it.
Oh, she didn't get it?
No, she didn't win.
You didn't even compete in that?
It's called the Ilderton Fair Ambassador. No, I didn't. But I know lots of people who have. Yeah.
I wish I
had.
I should know all of them.
I should just say I was the top ambassador, like Forman was the president of the canoe club.
Yeah, no,
I have never said that personally. Not a single time.
All right, well, we can call you the ambassador of the Ilderton Fair if you'd like.
That's right.
We're going to
former world ambassador of the Ilderton Fair, Rachel.
Yes.
Former Miss Ilderton Fair.
Yeah, that's right. So you'll be there. Will you have a little booth set up to sign and any autographs and stuff
with
like that?
my old headshot from being Miss Ilderton Fair?
Yes.
I'll be there. I will take all the donations for myself.
Okay. Don't forget, Ilderton Fair, September 29th to October 1st. Rockton World's Fair, October 5th to 9th. Campbell Amusements.com. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, brought to you by Campbell Amusements, Ilderton Fair.
That's right. They'll be at the Ilderton Fair with the
This
Midway this weekend and Rockton World's Fair October 5th to 9th. CampbellAmusements.com for early bird pricing for wristbands and things like that.
Well, this podcast is it's like going on the zipper at the Ilderton Fair. Seems like
oh my
a really,
God, that used to be the best. We used to line up for hours.
It seems like a great idea, but there's a very good chance it could make you vomit.
Yes.
Very
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just saying, when this is over.
And then when you turn around, it comes back into your face.
So when this podcast is over and you feel that, just let it go.
Yeah, you've been warned.
You've been warned.
We told you.
Okay. Oh, by the way, it's time for headlines.
Headlines.
Yay!
Yes. You guys like headlines?
Yes.
I love
because
headlines.
Headlines.
Tomorrow morning on Halifax Radio, I'll be doing my own rendition of
Oh,
headlines. And I will see
perfect.
how many I can steal off of you.
Oh,
Okay,
I thought maybe Dave would
Forman.
just do your work for you here.
Forman.
right now.
Well, maybe I have done it. I'll just send it to you, Forman.
That's right.
And
Friday
I-
mornings at 6:40 and 8:40 Atlantic.
I will.
Perfect.
Feel free to reimburse me.
Yes,
okay.
country1035.ca.
Okay, these are these are real headlines. I don't make this stuff up because I don't have.
Right.
Here we
Okay.
go. Actual headlines. Here we go. CDC warns not to kiss or cuddle your turtle as salmonella outbreak spreads to 11 states.
That's an actual headline.
States, not just people.
No,
So how many people are kissing
don't
their
know.
turtles?
I don't know. Don't cuddle them or kiss them.
It's
No,
in
I
that
don't know
Jan
why.
Everett book, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. But can't you cuddle them? You can cuddle them. Just,
I wouldn't cuddle a turtle.
Just don't lick a turtle. Kiss
Ugh,
it. I don't know.
gross.
Georgia man arrested for stealing his neighbor's entire front porch.
Real headlines.
Now that
Where did he put it?
that
On
is
his?
now that look, that's a porch pirate. Okay, if that's
That's true.
That's a porch.
true.
That's a porch pirate.
How do you steal it? And what do you like? Where'd my porch go? And then you look next door and you're like,
It's
oh,
got-
there it is.
Well, they got him anyway. They
Yeah,
caught
no
him.
kidding.
Oh,
That's
really?
hard to get away with.
Right. Yeah.
Meteorite crater on Dublin Beach turns out to be a hole dug by beachgoers during sunny spell.
Headlines.
Dang.
They just couldn't believe that it was sunny in Ireland.
Yes,
Everyone was confused.
Yeah,
And
they were
everybody was
really
at the beach.
very
Yeah.
confused. Artist ordered to pay museum back $77,000 after submitting 2 blank canvases under the title "Take the Money and Run."
That's an actual headline.
I think it's hysterically funny and a movie.
He
You
thought it
can
was
make that into a movie right there. That's
Yes.
it.
Well,
That's
there's
the
not
plot.
much to it. I mean,
Well, yes, but
I think he thought that was super clever.
but he
and
got
then
away with it.
They were
It's-
like, no.
yeah, they had to take him to court. He did get away with it for a while.
Wow.
For a while. For a while.
Wow.
Man walked naked out of shower, found Mountie in his bedroom.
Real headlines.
What?
Well, the Mountie are it's the whole thing. It's the Mounties are feeding more and coming more out of the rough and into the populated areas.
The
and
Mounties, like the police?
they're entering bedrooms.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know. It
Wow.
just doesn't feel like it should have been a
You
bear
can't
and
leave
not
your
a
sliding door
Mountie.
open.
I mean,
Yeah.
you walk out of the shower naked and find a bear in your bedroom.
Right.
No, it's a Mountie.
Who left the window open?
How do you get in here?
Yeah.
How did your pointy hat get through that doorway?
Exactly. Gunshot victim at White Sox game reportedly snuck weapon in by hiding it in her fat folds.
Headlines.
What?
Well, wait a second. How did she get shot? What else was she hiding in her fat folds?
So
really?
she shot herself? She's the gunshot victim and she's the one that smuggled in the gun?
Or
What an
maybe-
idiot.
Or maybe she smuggled in the gunman in her. I have no idea.
What was the plan?
I
Maybe
don't
she
know.
just didn't know it was in there.
Well, that's a possibility too.
Oh
I don't.
my.
It doesn't say that she's been arrested yet.
How can you smuggle in a whole gun?
In your fat folds?
There's metal
Yes.
detectors.
It does paint a picture,
Yes.
though, doesn't it?
Yes.
It certainly
Must
does.
be
Yeah.
very well concealed.
It was probably a hot day at the
We can't
ballpark.
figure out why she keeps buzzing when she goes through the
That's
thing.
right. Can't find anything on her.
Right.
A couple of sub headlines, dog headlines. You like dog?
Okay.
Headlines? Dog headlines.
Yes, I do. Yeah, sure.
Dog escaped home, snuck into Metallica concert in L.A.
Well, can
That's
you
an
blame
actual
them?
headline.
and sat. Through
I
the
hear
whole-
they put on a
and
great show.
Apparently, sat through the whole thing.
Wow.
Heavy metal dog.
Awesome.
Yeah. How about
Good
that?
for the dog.
Then there's
I actually really like that
yeah, it's not bad.
for him.
Couple livid after sitting next to farting dog on 13-hour flight.
Real headlines.
I wouldn't
no
like
way.
that either.
No one likes that.
I
But
wouldn't
No
like
one
that
wants
either.
to sit near a farting anything on a flight.
Nice try, dog's owner.
Yeah,
Oh, it was-
exactly. I
It's
was
the
like,
dog
I-
farting the whole time.
Yeah,
was
that's
it the
right.
dog?
That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
That's right. NASA. You want a coffee or a
Yeah, sorry,
You're
yeah.
gonna be okay. Get some water. We'll a beer break for me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting sick.
Beer break. Okay. NASA wants your help studying Uranus from behind.
Yes.
If you think
Consent.
that I will
Consent.
always do a headline about Uranus.
Yeah.
Always. I will never let that go.
Guaranteed.
And by the way, it's time to go to Florida.
Okay, good. Let's go.
Time for Florida headline. Thank you to Daryl Van Morsel, who actually did he get a hold of us on social media?
No, he emailed us, actually.
Emailed us a headline. You
Yep.
can feel free to email headlines to me and do my work for me. I
Yes.
love that.
You
I
can
love
email
it.
us at daverachelforman@gmail.com.
Yes.
Anytime.
Anyway,
Look, we're covering 2 segments on 2 different shows with
That's
these
right.
emails. Come
that's
on.
right. We need you.
Mhm.
So thank you, Daryl. Daryl sent us Florida man attempts to run to London in hamster wheel.
That's an actual headline.
So he,
On the ocean.
Yes. He was
What?
crossing the Atlantic. He's attempted and was arrested, by the way.
Okay, well,
that's
I don't
it's
think
not,
he got very
how
far across.
sustainable was that going to
Well,
be in
I
a
don't
hamster
know.
wheel on the
It's not-
ocean?
I don't know how you would arrest
In the middle of
somebody.
the Atlantic.
I don't know why that's arrestable unless you stole the hamster wheel. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's up to him.
Just
isn't
let
it,
him
really?
go.
Yeah, sure. Have
speaking-
at it, buddy.
speaking of that, Florida woman steals money from cheerleading business. Ouch. To pay for her Botox.
Real
I'm
headlines.
not
That's-
surprised.
well.
I don't know why I'm not surprised, but I
Priorities.
Yeah,
Priorities.
yeah.
Florida woman fulfills childhood dream of becoming a stripper just like her mom.
Oh,
Isn't that nice?
the family biz?
Yes.
That's nice. Sure.
And not a single mention of meth or alligators.
No, not yet.
Yeah, that's
Not
right.
yet. Headlines ain't over yet. Irate Florida man pulls
Obviously.
a gun
Yep.
on crew laying fiber optic cable near his lawn.
Dave.
That's an actual
A
headline.
headline I can identify.
Dave
Yeah,
lived in
I don't-
That
I
guy
don't care your guy.
absolutely has the
Yeah.
corner lot, and they
Yeah.
keep digging up his lawn.
Yeah.
And he's pissed. He's had
Yeah.
enough.
That's right.
London man keeps exclaiming to fiber optic workers, "You're
off
lucky
my
I don't
lawn."
live in Florida."
That's right. Florida man threatens police with knife. Gets, quote, exactly what he asked for.
Yeah. Yep.
Real headlines.
You would.
Yeah.
Sure.
Didn't end well for him. Florida man sets fire to car belonging to ex-girlfriend who also happens to be his cousin.
Headlines.
There's a lot to unpack there.
That's,
I'm sorry.
Told you, you just had to wait for this to.
You didn't
That
say
really
we were.
sucks.
You didn't say we were doing Woodstock headlines.
No. Okay.
It kind of sucks
Or
because it's
Forman
you're
said
gonna,
that.
You're gonna see them
You can,
again. It's your
you,
cousin.
can, you can email him at Forman at what's that radio station again, Forman? You can email him there.
25% more life at Forman.com.
Sure. Florida man arrested for trying to rob Waffle House with finger guns. I
Like
just,
this?
Actual headline.
yeah,
Like
I love that headline.
Hey.
And that's like, isn't that just an average afternoon at the Waffle House? I mean, I don't know. Hey.
Everybody's
Hey.
got a court date.
Open up the register. Hey. Florida police asked public to stop reporting manatees having group sex. Stop
Real
calling.
headlines.
Okay, I
We-
almost peed my pants for that one.
Leave them alone.
Let them
Don't-
be.
Yeah.
They're having
Leave
fun.
them be.
Get out of the
circle of
way.
life.
Stop calling
Yes.
us.
It's a circle of
We
life,
don't care.
nature.
Yes.
It's okay. if
treat
they
it
do
like
that.
it's National Geographic.
Like ain't nobody got any problem with
Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
Okay? That's right.
Look away.
This is for you, Forman. I don't know why. I just love this. This has got almost everything. Florida man wrestles world record sized 20-foot long python in the middle of the highway.
In the middle of the highway.
That's right. If only he had no shirt on and had a gator in the
And was
passenger
drunk
seat. I don't know.
And wrestled him with the gator.
Okay.
Or attacked the snake with the gator. That'd be better.
And the snake took the bath salts.
Okay, last one. One more. Last one. This might take a while. Drunk Florida man denied sale of cigarettes at Walgreens. In response, he throws one Snickers bar after another at manager's face before another employee intervenes, and Florida man throws one Snickers bar after another at his stomach.
Wow.
He is later arrested.
Yeah.
That's an actual
Finger guns
headline.
and Snickers bars will still get you arrested.
Look, you know you're not yourself until you have a Snickers.
That's true. You're
Betty
right.
White didn't Betty White teach
You're
us that?
hungry.
Yeah.
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 You're hungry, you need a Snickers.
You're playing like Betty White.
That's right. The Florida men just keep finding a way of one-upping each other, I feel.
So that's the only drunk Florida guy that doesn't have a gun.
Yes. And he just found a bunch of Snickers bars.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand Podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, and it's brought to you by Campbell Amusements. Forget about the Ilderton Fair.
The Ilderton
This
Fair
weekend.
coming up. Yeah, this weekend, then the Rockton Fair, October 5th. CampbellAmusements.com is where you can go to get discount tickets, pre-sale tickets, bracelets, things like that.
Okay, and a shout out to another sponsor, Murphy Bus Lines. Thank you,
Yes.
Murphy Bus Lines, for believing in the podcast. And if you're listening to this podcast, if you're a regular listener, thank you. We appreciate it. And if you're supporting us, support these other people too, if you can.
Yeah, you can drive a bus, murphybus.ca, and then while you drive, put this podcast on the speakers.
Yes,
Whole
for the
bus
kid.
to listen
Yeah,
to.
but maybe
Well, maybe
now he's there.
only if they're high school kids.
Yeah.
Only if they're high school.
That's
kids.
true.
Yeah,
But they
that's
do
true.
need bus drivers. So if you're looking for a part-time job, you get all the weekends, holidays, school holidays, summers off. MurphyBusLines.ca.
Every PD day, and there's a fucking lot of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. Thanks to those who have reached out to us through social media
Mhm.
or our email, DaveRachelForman at gmail.com.
Yes.
And I saw this just before we started recording. I thought somebody's written to me. And so I started reading this, and I thought, well, maybe I'll share it with everyone.
Okay.
So if you're
sure.
ready, here we go.
Go ahead.
One
I don't know
email
why.
Dave actually saw with
Yes,
his
I
own
saw.
eyes.
I saw this email. It says, "Hey, Dave, I've seen you around on Instagram and had to reach out. I really love how you and your podcast crew take nothing seriously, especially yourselves. That's
Okay.
very, very true. We don't.
We don't, yeah.
It's refreshing to see some lighthearted content in a world full of seriousness." I'm like,
Yes.
wow. However, I noticed that
She really knows us.
Yes. I noticed that your engagement is lower than it should be. We've
it?
seen similar accounts to yours crushing it on social media.
Mm.
It's time to showcase your awesome podcast to a wider audience and get the recognition you deserve. We specialize in growing Instagram accounts with real followers, blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Lily Morris
Okay.
from the partnership team.
Wow. Well, can we
Thank
first
you very much, Lily.
send her back a choice of which one of these blocks are traffic lights, and then we'll continue the conversation.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll
Are
do
you
that.
a human?
Thank you, Lily,
Lily.
for reaching out to us.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so
Actual
much.
humans, though, have been contacting
This
us.
Yes, they
well, this
have.
is
Okay.
why I don't read emails. Okay, now I know.
You found the one that wasn't a person.
That's right.
But Janice says she listened last night. I laughed so many times. I feel like I should take notes so I can comment on some of these.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you laughed.
Yeah.
Angela says, I was listening at work and I literally said WTF, but using the words, not the letters. Said WTF out loud when you said the husband was being breastfed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
another Dave Powery, did take notes.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yes. Because last week he says there was a lot to unpack from today's pod.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might be a bit miffed and maybe wants to hear more to the story. It says, all we heard about Dave's hot water tank was you telling him to fuck off.
Yeah. You put that in? Oh my goodness.
That was the beginning.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Because
very
with
nice
hot
of you.
Rachel,
water,
I got a new water tank. And you're like, oh.
yeah, Dave got his like the next day.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I don't
after
know.
berating me the week before for like being high maintenance for not having hot water for 5 days. And
I
then
got mine the
Dave
next day.
quits on him and he gets a new one the next day.
I had a cold shower. I did. I got in the shower, had the cold shower.
And
That's
then
how
you
I
knew how to do it. I told you.
Well,
Mhm.
no, I didn't know I needed a water heater when I got in the shower. It
Mm.
was when I got in that I realized, hey, something's not right.
Uh-huh.
It's usually hot in here.
Well, this Dave goes on to with more notes saying the new South End Costco is backwards. And I hate when
Yes.
people do stop and chat in the middle of the aisle.
Yeah.
Them.
Right.
I
Yes.
don't take my cart into the dairy area either. It's too effing small.
It's crazy.
Same
yeah.
as the produce area.
Mhm.
Also, other topic now, and it doesn't matter if it's the guy's weekend or girls' weekends or a couple's weekend, farts happen.
Yeah,
Farts
it's
happen.
true. Yeah, the guys in the hunt camp.
Wow.
Okay, we did when we were talked about the hot water heater. Remember, we kind of mentioned why do people take cold, like do the ice baths or whatever.
sure.
So Leanne said, just FYI, why some of us crazy people have cold showers or dips. It's a good way to rest your nervous system if you're stuck in fight, flight, or freeze response. I have to talk myself into it each time. I feel your pain, she says, Rachel.
Oh, Rachel didn't even get in the cold shower. Don't
I
feel
did.
She did
I mean, it wasn't
not.
an ice bath. I didn't do that.
Mm.
But anyway.
Tabitha does that.
Mm.
Because Tabitha says there's actually a really cool business built around it in Toronto called Othership, and it teaches proper breathing techniques for cold plunging.
Oh, cool.
It creates such a dopamine rush and the rest of the day high. I cannot recommend
Oh,
enough.
interesting. Do you know what? I actually saw now since we've talked about this, I keep seeing the ice baths on my feeds, my social feeds, of course, because the phones
They're
know everything. They're listening. And the one that I saw recently was that when you do, I think they said, don't quote me on this, but when you do cocaine, your dopamine levels raise for like a minute or like very short time, and then they go back down, which is why everybody keeps needing it. But
you would
then-
know.
Yeah, right. And then, but when you do the cold ice baths, your dopamine levels keep rising and rising for like 2 hours. So it's like it makes you very happy for a longer period of time.
There you go.
Quote of the day. Rachel says, ice baths are better than a cocaine.
Yeah. Ice baths are better. If that's the one thing you take from this podcast, let that be it.
I'm ever glad I found that out.
Now everyone will know what the title of this podcast meant by listening to the very, very end.